To find the Discord that we're really live. Hello, Fletcher and Co. and Gabriel and Finn. I think we missed you yesterday. I think you had to leave before we got to your story, if I recall correctly. But we didn't read it, so we can read it today, perhaps. Hello, Moon. Welcome back. Welcome back. It was 4 a.m. Yeah, I totally understand. But that's also why I don't read things if people have to go for whatever reason, because I know the list gets pretty long. Hello, Link. Hello. Welcome. I know the list gets pretty long pretty fast, but y'all are here pretty early. Creedo, have we read your character yet? Sam, I know we read yours. I want to get all the folks. Hey, Sophie. I think I said hi just now, but if I didn't, hello. Ben. Lord, Neverember or like November? Ah, JeiceSpade. I know I've seen you around a lot. Yes, Harper, the list gets restarted each time because too many different people show up. So it just doesn't make sense to try and carry it over. Neverember. Okay, I like that. Stream is moved dark, but you can see now. Oh my goodness. My character is Hemlock. Ah, yeah, I remember that link. I could not, like, I'm terrible with names, even just in general. So, you know. Bane, Beaumont. Flint, Applebee's for cat. Quinn for moon. Rowan, welcome in. Atticus, Corrigan. Now that is a name. It is currently 10 a.m. for me. Well, just a little after. All good, Sophie. All good. I do have. What do I have? Yes, I have Sophie. I have you there. It's 4 a.m. right now. Oh my goodness. Gabriel with Galahad. BloodSucker. Yeah, I remember calling. If you check the VOD, it's actually kind of funny. But I was definitely trying to see if you were still able to be here yesterday. Happy holidays! For those who celebrate, it's Merry Christmas Eve. But just generally, I hope all of you are making sure to take time for yourself this holiday season, and making sure that you have a little special time for you, whatever traditions you like to follow around this time of year. I am not religious myself, but I really love all of the family and friends traditions that can be established around this time of year when all the festivities are happening. But yes, I am based in Germany, so while I am from California, so that's why I sound American, because that's where I grew up. I am in the EU, and I've been based here for quite a few years now. Ooh, pierogies sound amazing, and I do have your character down, by the way, Cato. Okay, here's the list so far. It's a pretty chill list so far. I think we should easily be able to catch everyone. Creedo, Harper, I didn't get catch your character name. Also, welcome in, JeiceSlime. Creedo, Harper, Gabriel, Fletcher and Co, Finn, Moon, Sophie, Link, Ben Acosta / JeiceSpade. Am I saying that right? Cat, Rowan, BloodSucker, Catoweviere, and JeiceSlime just came in. Hey, Pixel DMB, how are you? Alphaeus for Harper. Alphaeus. I think I caught. Oh, Finn. I forgot your character name. This is why I always say happy holidays. Yeah, not everyone celebrates Christmas for sure. Hello, Wizword with Yadav. Add you to the list. Good morning, sweetie. And the ponies. Say hi to the ponies. Kellerman. I'm doing pretty good this morning, Pixel. Thank you. And good God Yule. Hello, Pebble. Let me get you on the list. Okay, the list is starting to be where I can't guarantee we're gonna get to everyone yet anymore. But I will be adding y'all. Robin, Elena, Corvy, Wiz Sword. That makes so much more sense than what I said. Good morning. Sorry, I'm procrastinating. All good, all good. And again, I'm going to be doing an average of 18 bios per VOD. Perfect. Yes, Pixel, I have you in the list. Happy holidays, happy holidays. Haven't added a character yet, but here for the vibe. Most excellent. Happy to have you here. Alright, so if we've been doing 18, we just got started, Link. So, like, I'm just now going live. I've been live for 7 minutes. Alright, we've got... What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'd probably take a couple more names if anyone else is here. And I haven't got you on the list yet. But there's a chance that towards the end we may not hit everyone, just as a heads up. Hoping to catch mine before passing out and seeing family tomorrow. Happy holidays to everyone. Yeah, I'm glad y'all get to see family. We have... hey, Ran. Yeah, sorry, I missed you... What's your character? Hey, sorry, I'm procrastinating. I have not done at the moment. Hold on, I gotta write and then. Yeah, we busy today. It's Natasha. At the moment, because it's been so busy with people who are actually here who want to hear their characters, I've only been reading characters if you're present. So I do. I forget who was saying it, but someone was comparing it to like a doctor's waiting room or the vet's office, because I call the name and then your character name, like here for here for Fluffy. So like yesterday, for example, BloodSucker was had to leave before I got to BloodSuckers, so I'm in here going, do we have a BloodSucker still in chat? You know, it just starts sounding funny. Yeah, waiting line of OCs. But all to say, right at the moment, while it is still this busy and there's this many people who can be present to listen to their stories, I'm only reading stories for people who are here. If you have to leave, I'm skipping over you so that we can read it for you when you're here again. So there's a very, very low chance that you've missed your character being read. Maybe in the future, if these lives stop being so well attended, or we've actually gotten through most of the stories for the people who have been coming through, then I will probably start reading random stories. But until then, we are not reading stories for folks who are not present. Okay, Creedo. It's like calling attendance in school, right? Send the OCs to draw in a waiting room. Oh my god, yes. Beautiful. All right, let's start with Creedo. Let me pull Airtable over here where I've got all my chips and water and ready. I love how excited y'all are. This makes me so happy. Excuse me. Yeah, I gotta drink my water. I woke up a couple hours ago now. I know, record short intro, right? I'm really trying to you know, stop rambling so much. Hey Kyler, welcome in. I was just explaining that I've only been reading through characters for people who are currently present whenever I get to them in the list. Until I reach a point where not enough people are here who have characters I haven't read yet, then I will start reading random characters. But so far, with all the excitement and the newness around this, so far this has been, I can't read everybody's characters. That's really the issue we've been having. So it's going good. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy holidays for those who celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. I'm not religious myself, but I do enjoy the festivities and the personal traditions formed around this time of year. Merry Christmas. Happy Chrysler. Yes, I have a whole song about it. Holiday traditions. The good word of the bard in the sky. Yeah, happy Yule, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. What is it? Solstice? We just had solstice, right? Right, yeah. Family, as long as the family and friends are all in, you know, good relationships. I don't have big plans myself other than eating good food and having a fun call with my family tomorrow. We have some treats and toys to give our puppy Bilbo. But yeah, so nothing too much, but just enjoying the time off since I'm fortunate enough to have this last week and this coming week off, and just trying to enjoy that. So that's what I'm up to. Yeah, good food is always a good time and a good plan. Lainey, I love that you're doing data. I also love data. Well, I can already tell you, in all the submissions as of right now, people who have tiefling mentioned in character species, there are 141. I have done some filtering and data myself. You animate things for the character. That is really cool. It is all good. Art is absolutely not required. It's just fun. That's a lot of tiefling. My half-elf is trembling. Alright, Creedo for real. Let's get Creedo in here. Bane, is it Beaumont? I feel like I said it right the first time and now I'm like second guessing myself. Hold on. The stereotype. Yeah, formerly an elf, now a tiefling bardlock. It's so great. Beaumont. Oh, look, you wrote it here. I keep asking questions that are then answered in your submission. 141 tieflings in a line. But less Beaumont. More of like a Beaumont. I wish I had a cool scream name. For anyone listening to the VOD later, that is the username of somebody, not me, just saying that. Beaumont. Beaumont. I got the name! Perfect. Someone's gonna need to do, someone who does like remixes can take that and just make a Beaumont song from that. The Asmar tiefling ratio? Okay, we'll come, remind me when we're done with this story and I will look that up. All right. First up for Creedo, Beaumont, Bane Beaumont / Lauron, which I have to assume is a nickname. He, his, Dampier, Hexblade Warlock, and Gloomstalker Ranger multiclass. We call it the Hexstalker. I love that. That goes hard. Everyone gets a little kiss on the forehead and a snack. That's the whole doctor's office. Yes. And a hug if you want one. Hexstalker is that goes hard. 35 years old. Yeah, anyone who wants to get into like the data side of things, like if you're into downloading and cleaning and making actual data statistics stuff, feel free to reach out to me and we can discuss getting you better access to easier ways to download that information. I love statistics and I just haven't had the time to put that together, so that could be fun. Party roll. Once a cold and reserved blade awaiting command is now a compassionate and caring warrior who would die for his family. Oh, y'all making me cry with these character growth stories. Yeah, when I can tell there's a lot, which may be the case here. I'm so sorry. I'm now scrolling down to give it a little preview. I do start skipping over what feel like smaller details just so that we can fit in more. But yeah. I try to get what I can. I try to read the whole thing. Sometimes I gotta start skipping over smaller or parentheses or things like that. Okay. Bane's backstory. He grew up in a farming village that lay on the edge of the Feywilds. He was influenced by a witch of the forest and was made violent by nature. As a result, he had slaughtered and tormented livestock until he was caught by his people and exiled into the forests. He spent years alone in the forest, barely surviving on his own until he fell at the foot of the dark city of Vormir. Having spent 3 years in the forest, his violent tendencies lingered with him. He decided to turn this anger and hate to a means of profit and became an urban bounty hunter of Vormir. After 2 years of work as a bounty hunter, he was found by Lady Carmilla Dreadmore, a powerful woman who recognized his prowess and took him in. She placed him in her church of death guards and made him into a Dampier. My goodness. There are so many like epic names for groups and stuff in these stories. The Death Guards. From ages 21 to 34, he served as one of Carmilla's trusted guardsmen. Charmed by a witch, here are the key points. Charmed by a witch into killing livestock, banished by his people into the forest, then found his way out of the forest and found work as a bounty hunter. His skills were recognized by Carmilla Dreadmore, and he was made into a Dampier Knight. Tiefling to Aasimar ratio is 141 to 49. Oh. The Death Guards probably do have the best holiday parties. I totally understand Cal the Inquisitor. There is so much that happens to these characters and it's really hard, but necessary, because as much as I love to read all these stories, again, there's over 1,000 submissions and I can only read so much for each one. So sometimes just because it's long doesn't mean I'm gonna not write a song, and just because it's super short doesn't mean I'm not gonna write a song. It just means I'm gonna pick a detail and probably not be able to get into all the rest of it. So lots of detail can be good, lots of little detail can be good. It really just gives me more creative license to kind of like get the vibe and then run with it. Yeah. So no worries, no need to panic, no need to be too concerned. Current story arc. At the start of the campaign, he was planted in the group of unlikely travelers originally to act as a double agent. He would feed information to Carmilla Dreadmore every so often to keep her updated on the party's activities. They go to take care of a pest problem and spend the night on the farm, and come morning, Bane sat on the stairs up to the porch of the farmer's house. He's approached by Adon Loron, the party's cleric and chef. He makes conversation when nobody else would. This relationship starts to blossom with trust. Fast forward to a few quests later, Bane receives word that Lady Dreadmore planned to send a death troop to the small Fey village of Carcosa, and he was to be there to sabotage the village from within. But it was at Carcosa where he and the party have been praised as heroes of the village, where Bane and where Bane met Ava, a little fortune teller who would claim Bane would soon be given a choice at redemption. He couldn't bear the idea of the village falling to fire and quickly informed the guardian and leader of Carcosa about the impending attack. So Bane has redeemed himself. Can't imagine, though, abandoning Carmilla Dreadmore, the woman who saved him from a squalid life of killing for money. One day he was writing his report to Lady Dreadmore. He was caught by Adon, who quickly informed the others of Bane's betrayal, but pleaded for them not to hurt him. He is captured and bound in chains, but then the group shown... he's given one last chance. He's captured, put in chains, but he's given another chance. And he never wants to... He won't waste it. I'm trying to like do some summaries here, because this is a little on the long side. Alright. Bane eventually learns that he was the nexus of many warlock patrons, and soon enough would have to choose which patron to draw his power from. He goes with Zagreleth the Godslayer. Bane would pass the trials of Zagreleth before obtaining the Mortal Blade, now his signature weapon, and the blade once wielded by Zagreleth. A redemption arc! Yes! The witch who had charmed him back during his childhood was angry with him because Bane's father had assaulted her. As a form of revenge, she had cursed Bane with malicious intent. They reconnected after the witch took over the rule of the farming village and renamed it Bane's home. All was forgiven. Competing patron sounds like a great reality show. Oh my god. That would be a great skit, like a great sketch. Bane eventually informs Adon that he hates his own last name since it was the name of his father. He asked Adon if he could take on his last name and become brothers. Adon accepted him with open arms, as did Adon's mother. Thus, Bane Beaumont became Bane Loron. Oh. Adorable. The biggest thing Bane has going for him is finding out his own identity and figuring out who he is without Carmilla Dreadmore in his life. His whole existence revolved around her. Now that they're apart, Bane doesn't really know what to do with himself. So Bane's on that redemption arc, self-discovery journey, and we love it. Specific anecdote. A moment I absolutely adored during the campaign this far was when Bane and Adon sat down and had a heart-to-heart talk about pride and humility. Bane, unlike other Dhampir who required blood and tissue to feed on in order to stay in good health, was able to feed off of sunlight. And because of this, he used to believe that he was chosen for something greater. Because he had embraced what made vampires weak, he would become the apex predator. But over the course of time, Bane realized that this was false. While it was a certain luxury not to require blood or flesh to survive, it made him no stronger or better than any other Dhampir. He wasn't a god or a higher being, he was just Bane, and he still needed to figure out what that meant. Adon told him how proud he was of him, that he was able to come to this realization. They hugged. Aw. So dark but inspiring, right? Right? Just Bane. Yeah, right? Self-discovery and redemption, all in one story. Character details. His skin is a pale green, his eyes are a more vibrant green, and his hair is jet black. He started keeping a little booklet of dad jokes to lighten the mood during short rests. And there's dad jokes? Come on. What a winner. He thoroughly enjoys wine tasting. Same. The Mortal Blade is a broken greatsword that still amounts to a greatsword despite it being broken in the first place. Oh, beautiful. What a fun character. Great way to kick off the morning. Thank you, Creedo, for sharing Bane with us. They hug, I'm sobbing, let them be soft, right? Harper, I believe I very recently saw you. Are we still here? And just so like you're all warned, I think it's been pretty clear in now that I'm doing it. I've been, uploading these as VODs to YouTube, so if you aren't able to be here for the whole time or you want to catch other reading sessions that you couldn't be here for, my YouTube is the same username, and I'm uploading those to a playlist so you can just watch them. I will say the caveat is that the first session did not get recorded, so session 2 is the first session, and I'm so sorry if you were there being read for session 1. Your character does not have a video finished. Or available for that. However, for everyone else, so I guess in that way, it made it very ephemeral and special for session 1. But for session 2 and onwards, I'm recording and uploading that to YouTube, and then what I'm doing is I'm now slowly, it will take time, it will take time, but I'm now going through and cutting out all of the individual stories and kind of cutting out all my ums and my alrights, and turning them into smaller clips for each character that I will also post here on TikTok. So just be warned that if you are getting tagged by me, it may not be a song, especially if you're seeing it anytime soon. It may just be the recording of me reading your character here on these lives. So it's still very fun, but I don't want anyone to be like, oh my god, they did a song! And then it's not a song. But hopefully you'll enjoy that anyways. A little spotlight moment for your character in a video. Yes, the breathing. Yes. I do that a lot. So yeah, I go through and I try to cut it short so that it's more acceptable, so it's easier to watch here on TikTok as a short video with each of the stories. But that will take time. It's gonna take me, even if I did a story per day, a lady was saying I'm averaging 18 stories per video, and this is session 5 now. So you know, it'll take me a few months to even get all of these out. Yeah. Link, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more characters. You are the 7th character in the list starting now. So yeah, just as a heads up, I'm gonna try and tag you so you get your credit for your character and so that you see your character video when it goes on the TikTok. But those will not be songs. If it's a song, well, it'll be very clear very quickly. But at the beginning especially, it's probably gonna, if you know your character's been read, it's probably gonna be first your character reading before a song is posted, if one is gonna be posted. Alright. When you do the videos, are you gonna use submitted art? Possibly, Link. I don't wanna use the word pain. It's extra work to add in the character art, and I don't know what that's going to end up looking like when it comes to doing videos with cosplayers and actors. I don't know what all that looks like with like presenting their art versus the artwork of the character. So I haven't decided, and I don't have like a specific, like a strict way to do that. This is the first time where I will definitely have art a lot of the time, because I asked for it up front. Before, the only time there was art was if it was an artist and I knew that they had art and I reached out and I got it from them. So I haven't really come up with like a specific way. But yeah, theoretically art will be included in the video. But that's also why I made a public art and a private art, because if it's private, I will not be using it in the video. If it's public, I may use it in the video. Okay, someone else was asking, Rowan, I think it was asking for position in line 7, 8, 9. You must be 10 then. If Link was 7, you are 10. Okay, Harper. Welcome in everyone who's joining, and good night, and for everything, whoever's got to head out, thank you for hanging out, and let's read Harper's now. Harper, Alphaeus Omega. Character pronouns, other. Half-elf, eldritch knight fighter / warlock. That feels like a cool combination. Really fun to play, it sounds like. 18 years old, party role. Reluctant villain in some ways and protector in others. They are a character that wants nothing more than to protect others around them, but are being forced down a darker path due to a pact. I know, it's Christmas Eve! Merry Christmas Eve to anyone who celebrates. Happy holidays and all the things. Rain, you are not last. You are towards the end. I'm just eyeballing, but you're probably in the 18 to 20 range on the list. Backstory for Alphaeus. Their family was respected until an incident with a magical crown left... Let me reread that. Sometimes I start putting the emphasis on the wrong words. Their family was respected until an incident with a magical crown left Alphaeus with anterior-grade amnesia, and his family refused to back down. He now writes in a magical book that connects him with his brain to keep going. A year ago, he met another PC called Fastraj, who is a warlock who, while being controlled, sacrificed Alphaeus' brother Soren, leading him to make a pact with the same patron to get him back. Oh, there's some drama twisties. Right, literally writing your memory. Current story arc. Alphaeus is currently at a magical school, which is now in military lockdown. His best friend, Vestraj, just left, and now he's trapped having just killed the son of the BBEG and trying to regain trust. Meanwhile, the pact is still there, and he's terrified that it'll be called on again, and he feels unable to risk his brother over this. He wants to leave, but can't risk losing what he's learnt, especially as his brother may have been taken over by the same crown that causes his memory loss. The school is due to blow up in 4 days, and no one can trust anyone anymore, although he has a few people willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Wow. That's intense. Wouldn't everyone be evacuating? What's happening? Specific anecdote. Tragedy and amnesia, the perfect combination. The murder of Tomas in a room full of the source of a specific type of magic. Vestraj and Alphaeus stand on one side, hand in hand, as they use the magic together to create purple lightning, hitting the boy in the head as a wooden armor begins forming around him, but not quick enough. He falls and is dragged into a bubbling pool before the two leave. Vestraj calm and Alphaeus shaking at what just happened before them. They accept their fate in the ticking time bomb. Character details. Favorite color, yellow. That may be our first yellow favorite color in a reading so far. A nerd who loves books and reading and writes everything constantly. Has a scale on one hand representing his pact. His brother has pink hair and means the world to him. Oh. It's not purple. Blasphemy! Gabriel Galahad. We still in chat? I know, so many of these characters, we need to give them all a hug and a warm beverage and some therapy. We're steady on the pained characters train. It's the opposite color of the purple. It feels like a metaphor. Yes. Extra therapy. All right. Gabriel with Emperor Galahad the Butcher Vanesee the Fourth. You know it's gotta be good with a name like that. If you can't give your characters a hug, get one for yourself. Store-bought is fine. Oh. Yeah, that's a nickname. The Butcher. If it gets too dark, which, again, a lot of these characters are dark, so I guess if it gets really somehow really over the top, I will cease reading, but so far that has yet to happen. Character pronouns. He, his. Character species, human. a barbarian fighter, 54 years old. The main villain of the D&D campaign. Dun dun dun. Ah, that checks out with a name like that. Dark for the drama of it. Yeah, there's I think there are some topics that I wouldn't feel comfortable, but it's fiction and it's meant to be dramatic, so there's got to be some intense stuff happening, right? There doesn't have to be, but there is likely to be. So within that context, there's certainly meant to be some level of upsetting behavior. But yeah, if it gets too much, then that would be a no. But again, so far hasn't happened yet, so it's like being able to lock the phone while on live. It's like a podcast. Excellent. Yeah, I'm trying not to let there be too much dead air when I'm looking stuff up, but right, it's important to keep boundaries, even though fun and drama are important. So far, I haven't needed to draw such boundaries, but I will if the time comes. All right. Backstory for Emperor Galahad the Butcher, Vanesee the Fourth. The ruling emperor of the Doral Empire, Galahad, oversees a dying nation with barely a semblance of a ruling government. After the death of his wife and his unborn child, Galahad has begun to rule his nation with deep anger and disdain, butchering and killing any and all who cross him, earning him his name, the Butcher. This is also what motivates his actions as the main villain of the campaign. A campaigner for topics consent sheet. No, that's really great. Yeah, boundaries equals healthy game. Current story arc. Demons and the undead have plagued the lands of the Doral Empire for 150 years, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of thousands. Galahad, being the fourth emperor to rule Doral, was placed on the throne after the death of his mother. During this period, Galahad would do well for the Empire, creating the Inquisition, a secret division of police that would be in charge of hunting down and killing demons and the undead. Galahad would go on to marry his late wife, Gwendolen, who would give birth to his daughter, Violet, and his son, Percy. It would, however, be a combination of two events that would drive Galahad mad. It would be a revolution in a jungle region known as Centros that would cause the death of Gwendolen as well as his unborn child after a rebel goblin assassin would butcher her in her sleep while he was negotiating a truce with the Centros rebels. This very moment would drive him mad, causing him to launch a full-scale invasion of Centros, burning whole cities to the ground in anger, and giving no quarter to surrendering troops, nor civilians, earning himself the name the Butcher. Now the Empire seems like a police state with inquisitors being used as secret police, gathering up and either executing or imprisoning those who would speak against the Empire. Whew. Yeah, I feel like at some point I should probably set up some resources. There's so many of y'all with so many great resources. I feel like I should be collecting a bunch of them and putting up a page just with like information for people. But yeah. Yeah, that would make anyone mad after losing all you love, right? No one expects the Inquisition. Specific anecdote. In a specific scene, Galahad straight up just murders his daughter and his son-in-law. Oh no! Like a Red Wedding sort of style where all the players have to try and run or fight without all their gear. Oh my god, that really is next level horrible. Oh no. Yeah, the Red Wedding was real gnarly. Big oof. Favorite color is red. His favorite pastime is reading war stratagems. He hates people that chew with their mouth open. He has a habit. A habit wear is a habit like a thing to wear. He drinks really cold wine before bed. He has large scars across his chest and back from previous battles he participated in. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. You have really got to have lost your marbles. Yeah, having your own consent form, totally. If what's available doesn't suit you, making a new one with everything you need totally is a great option. All right, Galahad, intense. What do we say? How did we? Neverember. Nope, I typed it wrong. Fletcher. And beyond excited. Neverember. Thank you. I don't know why I struggle like that, but I do. Yeah, he's a BBEG for a reason. Welcome in, new friends. Hold on, let me catch up on some notes for myself. Cal, you've been here. Hold on. I don't think I got your name earlier from when you showed up. So let me bump you closer to where I think you came in. Alright, for anyone just joining us, here's how this has been working. As the live gets started, anyone who's here who's got a character, I start a list in order of like first come first serve type of situation. If you can't be here when I get to your name, I skip over you and we'll try to get to you in another live, or if you're able to come back later. Yeah, that's basically how it works. Currently, the list is a little longer than what I think I can actually read through, but I am still taking names in case some people have to go so we can bump people up. So I'm writing kind of your names as I see you come into chat. So that I can at least call you out when I get to the end of the list, if I get to the end of the list and still have time. In general, I am only, because of how busy and popular these readings have been, I am not reading characters for people who are not in chat. If I reach a time where there's just not people present in chat with stories for me to read, then I will read random stories. But so far, that is just, I have the opposite problem. I'm not able to read everybody's story who is in chat. If only there was a really cool Discord where we could talk more. There is a Discord link. Thank you so much. Hey, Ocean Harmony. Yeah, I think, where did I also know you've been here? Hold on. We do have a Discord. Dorko.tv/Discord will redirect you there. And that will get you in well, the Discord. And I'm now that I know a couple of I have today and then Wednesday that I expect to stream this week still, and possibly more. I'm trying to give heads up and a little bit of a schedule. It's not going to be a consistent schedule, but I'm trying to give a heads up so people can try to be here if they're really excited and motivated about it. So that's also part of what's helpful in the Discord, but it's also cool to be able to chat and connect outside of these lives. So I will read to you the current list that I have. Oh yes, the Discord is 18 and up. That is important to know, and I keep forgetting to also say that when I talk about the Discord. Currently, we have Fletcher and Co. I'm going to just read usernames and hope I say them right, and that's enough. Fletcher and Co., Finn, Moon, Sophie, Link, Benacosta, Cat, Rowan, BloodSucker, Catoweviere, Cal the Inquisitor, Jess Slime, Wiz Sword, Pixel the Imby, Bababuii, Pebble, Robin Alina, Rain, Ocean Harmony, Sorry I'm Procrastinating, Natasha, Kyler, I Wish I Had a Cool Screen Name, Scoomarat, Tree Person, Excelsior, Total Madness, Minnie. So that is more people than I can get to, most likely. We have been going for 45 minutes. And I have talked a lot, so I don't know how many more we get through today. But I'm gonna keep reading and try to hit as many of your stories as I can. So yes, it grew slower today, I will say. The list has been growing more slowly. It's easier for me to keep up with and stay organized. But it is quite long, and I don't know that I will get to everyone. So the only way that if you're towards the bottom of that list, I'll probably end up reading you today is if other people before you end up having to bounce before I get to your story. So, that being said, I expect to stay awake for 4 more people. Alright, we're gonna keep going. Lore Neverember for Fletcher and co. Character pronouns. Lainey, we should definitely chat later just to see what that might look like. Character pronouns. Other. Character species. We've got another Dampier. Character class. Wizard 3 and it's Wizard Cleric. 20 years old. Hopelessly hopeful bookworm. Oh. Adorable. My they them besties. Backstory. A sickly child, Lore read every book they could get their hands on. Despite being a Dampier, they were raised as a human, disallowed from partaking in blood or playing with other kids. Upon the family home burning down under mysterious circumstances, they left to find adventure. Current story arc. Trapped in Barovia with a group of strangers to fight Strahd, Lore takes it upon themselves to become a beacon of hope and light in a cursed world. Balancing their studies and the healing magics they were gifted by a distant god, Lathander, their main goal is to get out of this dismal realm alive, but they hope to at least make it a little brighter before they die. Oh. Yes. Finding love in the most hopeless of places, with the most hopeless party member no less, has them reeling. Is Lore destined to bring light to Barovia? What would that do to his blooming love with Rux? Specific anecdote. In order to prevent Strahd-possessed Rux from decimating the party with eldritch blasts, Lore did the only thing he could think of to disable verbal and somatic components. He grabbed both of Rux's hands and made out with him until the warlock regained his senses. Regained his senses from his patron. Yes! This would be their first kiss and the official start of their romance. Yes! Best way to silence a spellcaster is to hold their hands and kiss. This is the ultimate meaning of make love, not war. Actually. My rogue tried to do that to the wizard once. Oh my god, sweetie. They had no other option, truly. Oh. This is when they write those stories and it's like the make me. Don't do that, make me. Okay. It did not go over well. Oh my god, sweetie. This love wins. This is a story of love wins. When a counterspell is really just a kiss. a little smoochy. Oh. So he shoved his fingers in his mouth instead. You know, some people like that. Is this the part where we kiss? Oh my god, Excelsior. Well, this is, this is excellent. This is a very, very good anecdote. I don't know how I didn't see that coming, honestly, but I didn't. Character details. Lore is non-binary and uses he, they pronouns. Favorite colors are navy blue and gold. Excellent combination, by the way. Regal AF. Reading and journaling. No real pet peeves. Crying a little love it. They wear a cloak that lets them enter the ethereal plane. It also lets them cast up to 6 charges of level 5 magic missile. Damn. It's a signature item for lore. It looks like a regular cloak on the outside, but the lining is full of stars. Outside of the obvious combat usage, they also use the cloak to go to the... This is such a mood. They also use the cloak to go to the ethereal plane and sleep. You know? That is top tier usage of such a cloak, and exactly how I would want to use it. I always wish that I could like pause time, but then still sleep and rest as long as I needed to, and then just like, you know, perfection. Sleeping with the stars. I feel like this is the next best thing. Lore, despite being a Dampier, doesn't usually partake in blood. The more he drinks it, the more he craves, and he doesn't much like the person he is when he drinks it. A time mage too? Oh, come now. Come now. Lore also owns a silver pocket watch that runs backwards. All other aspects of it are benign. Currently, Rux is holding onto it for him. Lore is pale with peridot green eyes and striking black hair, not air, striking black hair. Striking black hair. They stand at a mighty 5 foot 2 inches. Beautiful. Lore wears glasses. I just forgot to draw them all on. Lore somehow managed to befriend and tame a dire wolf. He named it Orion and wears one of Lore's spare I'm going to read this properly. He named it Orion and he wears one of Lore's spare cravats as a collar. Many party members snuggle him and sleep. Cloak of Eeping. Oh, it's perfect. Is this drawing of the kiss or just a kiss, by the way? Just curious. This Cloak of Sleepy. Party pet, party pet, party pet. It is the kiss. Well, if all of y'all go to the character gallery, I'm not gonna go to the trouble of figuring out how to share my screen right now. If y'all go to the character gallery and look up Lore Neverember, there is a drawing of the kiss. The kiss of Counterspell. I cast Counterspell just running over. What are you doing? I'm casting Counterspell. You're not even a spellcaster. Watch me. That's how I envision anyone. I cast Counterspell. Mwah. Nat 20 Riz. Oh, it's perfection. A classic. I'm saving that for my rogue, the only non-caster in the party. A wizard. No. No roll needed. It's going to work. Oh man. Oh, it's so good. Merry Christmas to those celebrating. Yes, fighting shadow. A wizard. Wizard with 20 charisma. Oh my god. Yes. Wizard. Oh, I cannot. Fin. Belt of giant strength, but for charisma. Oh, now I am prone and cannot get up. Ooh. Fin, I forgot to write your character name down. I also love these lives so much, sweet tea. They are so fun. Faelynn. Thank you. We are chaos. Not so many ends. I got there. Matthew may create. Ooh, I know you've hung out here. I'm gonna stick you somewhere in the middle at the moment. The extra ends are beak. Pixel, thanks so much for hanging. I will let us know if you're back. Otherwise, I'll just call you out and skip you if you're still not here. It's really one character for the year. It's already too many characters, and I'd like everyone to have a chance at least. And if I start letting everyone submit multiple characters, it goes from 1,000 to like 3,000 to 5,000 submissions. So that's just too much. It's already too much, but it's still, I at least can like relatively fairly go through and try to read through them all, if not live, on my own, where doing that for multiple characters for multiple people is just too much. It's too much. What would a charismatic sorcerer be if the wizard is a wizard? You're only human. Maybe a little magical song spirit, thank you. Finn. Character name, Faelynn Magdove. Actual name, aka Marin Shulks. A name in hiding. Ooh, we already are adding intrigue. She, hers, high moon elf, wild magic sorcerer, 137 years old. Party role. Smart sorcerer becomes dorkerer. Party role, reluctant Reluctant, by the way, is in quotes. Reluctant spellcaster. Sometimes she doesn't even want to cast a spell, but her magic says otherwise. Oh yes, wild magic sorcerer. Backstory. You know, everyone has such unique names, and then I have Josh. I have to say, when I am DMing, I often just name my little villains, you know, like Bob and Tim and Charles, and these very goofy, silly short names that are just not fitting for a fantasy world. It is what it is. Backstory. Royalty from a fallen kingdom overrun by weirdly organized orcs and ogres. Changed name and part of appearance after escaping with her guard, Alea. She's currently on the hunt for her sister who left a few years prior. The most sinister names, white guy TM. BBEG, Bob the manager. Ooh. Whew. Very good. Not Bob. Current story arc. Assisted a small duke with a group of bandits terrorizing his town. Accidentally fell in love with their guard. As you do. Alea, and ended up adopting 2 daughters, Zahiri, a tiefling, and Lena, wood elf. They might have found a lead on her sister's disappearance and subsequent location, but have also found the reason why the kingdom got overtaken. Faelynn still struggles with her magic sometimes, as wild magic outbursts are bound to happen, but after traveling for a little while, she's gained a little more control over it, which puts her at ease since she now has small children to take care of, and a magic outburst would make things really bad. And when it does happen, it's usually brought on by high emotions. Yeah. You ever accidentally adopt kids? Every campaign, they're called the party. Yes. Man, I played in a one-shot with a wild sorcerer. I wasn't the magic sorcerer. I wasn't the wild sorcerer. But they darn nearly killed the entire party by casting a fire bolt, which turned into a fireball, and did not go well. Did not go well. Specific anecdote. A large gash across her torso, which is now healed into a scar, was caused by a wild magic outburst, and now sometimes mildly glows if an outburst is imminent. Ooh, so it's like a little bit of a warning sign. Everybody back up! We had a clown wild magic barbarian who, on his first use, set himself on fire and then put himself on a different plane. And every time we touch, I feel the magic, and every time we kiss. We have 2 wild magic sorcerers, and every time they touch, they surge. And every time... I'm just gonna leave it at that. Character details. Favorite colors, greens and purples. We've got purple today. Can't have a reading session without purple. Favorite pastime, sewing and knitting. Those clothes ain't gonna fix themselves. One awesome habit, purposefully causing a wild magic outburst during combat, especially against hard enemies. But this is also the most annoying habit. Notable traits, silver eyes that lightly change color depending on the spell being cast. Firebolt is red, poison spray green, etc. Has scar across torso, a few minor scars kind of all over, and a small tattoo on her back of a bird flying, the family crest, and silver hair. I love silver hair. Imagine wild magic summons fireball when you're surrounded by grease. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna reread usernames. Silver hair is peak design. The counter spell won't work. Kisses equal high emotions. Cause more surges. It's a magic burst loop. Oh no! Alright. Merry Christmas! I'm gonna read the current list. I'm only reading usernames. I am skipping, or at least display names, and I'm skipping over character names for time. Moon, Sophie, Link, Ben Acosta, Cat, Rowan, Bloodsucker, Catoweviere, Cal the Inquisitor, Just Slime, Wiz Sword, Pixel the MB, who I think has already left, Matthew May Create, Bababuayai, Pebble, Robinalina, Rain, Ocean Harmony, Sorry I'm Procrastinating, Natasha, Kyler, I Wish I Had a Cool Screen Name, Skooma Rat, Tree Person, Excelsior, Total Madness, Minnie, Fighting Shadow. And we are almost certainly not going to make it to the end of the list unless multiple people are not present. Why can't I say it? Aromatic is one of Are aromatic characters immune to rhizomancy? Aromantic. Oops. It was very eepy when I submitted. All good, Moon. Moon, I've written you down, right? Did I say your username? I know you're here. You're next, Moon. You're next. Oh my god. Rhizomancy. Excelsior, your name is on there, but you're like 4th from the bottom. My DM's rule is that ace characters are immune to romantic charms. Excellent. Excuse me. Okay. Quinn. Alright, this one's for Moon. Character name, Quinn. But it's not his real name. He doesn't go by it. It's Conarath said Conarath. Oh, Conarath. Oh, I said it right on the first try. Ah, excellent. Is Rhizomancy not just the school of enchantment? Character pronouns. He, his, Kalishtar. I am unfamiliar with that species. Character class. Arcane Trickster Rogue. 21 years of age. Cunning, beautiful face with a silver tongue is the party role. Backstory. He grew up as a prince in the largest kingdom of the land, but he never quite fit into the role of heir to the kingdom. Then he fell in love with his personal guard. Oh, we love, which was very frowned upon. Oh, since not only was his lover not royalty, but it was a man. Homophobia! So on the night before he was set to be betrothed to a neighboring kingdom's princess, he escaped the castle with a vow to find his lover and live a free life outside the castle. Never let your guard down. But kiss your guard, yes. Current story arc. The main conflict has been resolved. Kiss your guard. The main conflict that has been resolved is he has gained a better footing of the outside world and isn't so cold to those who want to help him genuinely. AKA, he's opened up to the party a lot more. The other conflict that hasn't been resolved is he's still running from his past, as his father, the king, sent the whole royal guard after him. Recently, after months of searching, they reunited with their lover. Yes. And it was a very joyful occasion full of love and laughter. Currently, he's trying to deal with the guards and avoiding capture while joining the party as they fight to take down a group of mercenaries that kidnap someone within the party. Whew. Cast your spells, guard your kiss. Always be on guard. La 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 la, kiss that guard. Don't be scared. Sometimes you just have to kiss your guard and be boys. Specific anecdote. The reunion is my favorite moment in his story. His lover is a tiefling. So on nights alone, he was taught Infernal, and when entering this dark, desolate town left in ruin by the mercenaries, the party looked around and suddenly there's a voice speaking in Infernal. Since Quinn is the only one in the party who can understand it, he listens and hears that it's two tieflings talking about their next steps in dealing with the mercenaries. So the party gets closer and closer, and when the tieflings come into view, Quinn sees a black-colored tiefling adorned in gold, and almost out of pure instinct, he yells out to him, "My love!" in Infernal. Oh, I said that with a wrong inflection. My love! And the tiefling immediately turns to see Quinn and practically lights up. Without even saying another word, the two run towards each other, and when they meet, embrace each other tightly. To the party, this is the first time the otherwise cold and distant rogue is showing genuine emotion in their presence. To Quinn, this is all he has ever wanted in life. Yeah, secret boyfriend language. It's beautiful. Welcome back, Skelly. How are you doing today? It lagged. It's homophobic. I was reading I was reading them coming back together for the first time. The reunion. TikTok couldn't handle the boyfriend's reunion. Baking cookies? Ooh, what kind of cookies you making? Do I need to reread it? Too much love, it broke the Wi-Fi. They're husbands now. Excellent news, Moon. Excellent news. I'm gonna add that. They're husbands now. I'm adding that to the end of the anecdote. Great news. Tonight on TTRPG Character Developments. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shortbread cookies with jam in the middle. Yes! 8 different jams. Yes! This is what we made them more as like sugar cookies than shortbread cookies, but basically the same cookie. I really love those kinds of cookies. What kind of, I won't make you list all the jams. We did black currant or Johannisbeer, and then I think we did apricots and strawberry. It's very good. Okay, I'm gonna summarize. They are entering a town. They overhear Infernal. Quinn's the only one who understands it, and they finally get closer and closer. And they see, Quinn sees a black-colored tiefling adorned in gold, and out of pure instinct, he yells out to him, "My love!" in Infernal. And the tiefling immediately turns to see Quinn and practically lights up. Without another word, the two run towards each other, and when they meet each other, they embrace tightly. To the party, this was the first time the otherwise cold and distant rogue is showing genuine emotion in their presence, and for Quinn, this is all he ever wanted in life. Okay. The boys have become men who kiss. A good for them song would be a good song for them would be "You're in Love" by Taylor Swift. It's so beautiful. Such a good moment. Breaking down all his walls. Oh, Sophie with Evander up next. Yes, hi, hello. Like, when you say back, do you mean sooner? I have to imagine. Darling baby boy Evander. For Sophie, we have Evander Godfrey. Character pronouns: he, his, a half-elf, cleric, grave domain, 16 years old, party role, true eldest child energy, forced to grow up too soon but always healing and supporting others. Can we get a hell yeah for eldest children in the chat? Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, oh, there's many of us. Thanks so much for hanging, for those of you who have been here but have to leave. If we were trying to get your stories in, we will try and get you on another day. I'm trying to do streams at different times of day as well, so that time zones work out eventually. But yeah, Merry Christmas! Alright, Evander's backstory. Evander is from a small, secluded village located in the Ink Marshes called Blackmire and run by a cult called the Order of Acidum. Acidum. They worship a black dragon god called Zissis. We've got middle children and youngest are also valid. Just it's a different dynamic. The cult values beauty, and as the most perfect-looking young boy the cult has ever seen, he was picked to be the sacrifice at the upcoming ceremony. When being beautiful has its setbacks. Due to his own negligence, he was late to the ceremony, and his young sister, oh no, I was laughing, but it's gotten dark, 6 years old, was taken in his place, causing the dragons sent to accept the offering at the ceremony to go into a rage and destroy the town, leaving Evander as the only survivor. I know, anything with order in the name is immediately sus. The Order of the Order. Well. Rip. I will have order! Hunger Games on steroids. Alright. Current story arc. Elder Hodere is the main antagonist for Evander's story, as not only was he his employer, but he was the one who selected Evander in the first place, and then took his sister Calliope instead. As the black dragons rained acid breath down on the village, Hodere, he cursed at Evander for tainting the ceremony, was the last one Evander saw before fleeing. Evander fled to Caravel, the closest nearby town, where he stayed in the rafters of a bar, the Devil's Punch Bowl, for a year before meeting his current party. He was by far the youngest in the group, but joined them as he was yearning for some sort of purpose in his life. They traveled on adventures for about a year before they were sent to the Hazy Mountains to accept an invitation from their party's paladin's family. While there, they were alerted to a murder of the clan's chief, and the only piece of evidence was a boot print covered in ink. Forced to return to Blackmire, Evander had to face his past. He was finally able to bury his sister, placed her body in her childhood bed, and cast continual flames so she would never have to sleep in the dark. My heart. Oh no. Let me just collect myself for a second. Whew. Discovered that Hodere was in fact a shapeshifter who is a black dragon by blood, and fought Hodere in a showdown that ended in Evander rolling a nat 20 and utilizing an acid resistance gift given a year earlier to quarter the damage from a full acid breath directed specifically at him. Evander then empowered his church's rival, Church of Belanus, and current ally to slay Hodere for good. That night, the party celebrated at the tavern, where the party's elderly wizard sat and told him stories. This was the first time Evander was able to feel like a kid in over a year. Oh, my heart. I really had to stop there for a second. I was gonna start crying. Good God. He's just a baby. Fletcher, have a good one. Evander needs a hug and therapy. Oh, I stopped in session multiple times, right? Jesus Christ. effing chat for the little guy. He needs several thousand hugs, honestly. Whew. Specific anecdote. While on a side quest, Evander was so embarrassed by how badly a conversation went that he went outside and hid in the bushes. When asked by another NPC why he was hiding in the bushes, he panicked and told him that he was looking for his horse. The NPC said, "In the bushes?" And Evander panicked again and said that his miniature horse... It was his miniature horse. So now it's canon that Evander's miniature horse is on the loose. Oh. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. Character details. Evander has long white hair, excellent, pristine pale skin, and is 5'2", 110 pounds. He has scars on his hands, feet, and back from the acid attack. He became best friends with our elderly deep gnome wizard Frenchie. He is incredibly caring and gifted in combat strategy, but due to having an intelligence of 8 from never having really gotten an education, he often forgets things about religion and history that he should obviously know. He's very talented at calligraphy, and only wears white, cream, purple, and green. Despite being the one to usually come up with what to say to authority figures, he often takes either the paladin or barbarian to go with him because he's just a little guy and can hide behind them easily. Today's theme, emotions. Hey Pepsi, how you doing today? Wow. Wow, that was a hard one. That was a hard hitter. Hard hitter. Link, you with us? Pretty sure I just saw you typing. Oh, there's multiple hemlocks. Hold on, I gotta find yours. How many hemlocks are there? Hold on. No, I'm not here. Touch of Midas. Let me try and find you that way. There we go. Found, yeah. So it turns out there's multiple hemlocks. Hemlock Ollo. Oh, thank you, Lainey. You are on top of things. Goodness. A ghost. Right. For Link, we have Hemlock Ollo, aka Captain Hemlock Ollo of the Damned, Ghost of Bastion Bay. Doing well, Samurai Lacey. I hope you're also well. Alright. Ben, you are next. And then Rowan, did you have to leave soon? Was that what you were trying to get at there? All right, Sophie, have a good one. Thanks for hanging. Happy holidays and get some sleep. Character pronouns. He, his. We've got a tiefling hollowed one. Barbarian, 23 years old. Party role. They're the undead soul in unrest who wants to do good by people who see past his rough upbringing. Backstory. They come from Bastion Bay, the pirate town. His mother was attacked on the way home, and due to a head injury, attacked Hemlock, thinking he was an imposter. He had to kill her, and lied to his party about it. He wants to be good, like her. We have found and accidentally defeated the mother of the barbarian. Oh, that's upsetting. Current story arc. Hemlock was an orphan who was adopted by a small-time gang called the Damned in the pirate town of Bastion Bay, who grew up with them and eventually had to end up killing his mother figure due to a head injury and took the role of the lead. He was killed by a large rival gang, but due to feeling so scorned, he made a deal with the demon to come back as an undead hollowed one, Ghost of Bastion Bay. Here, in his rage, he hunted down and murdered hundreds of the rival gang and became somewhat of a local legend or cryptid. There's so many stories where I get confused because it's like, and then they died, but wait, there's more. I see. Thank you, Ben. He adores his party because they saw past his hatred and restored his humanity, which he always believed he'd lost when he died. They're now fighting to save the world against Dahlia, a scary BBEG who wants to enslave the world. He went from a hollowed shell of a man to a somewhat capable of love to one I can read. He went from a hollowed shell of a man to someone capable of love and feeling again, but has no one but his party to thank for that. Oh, death is just the beginning. One might say the end is simply a new beginning. Yeah. A specific anecdote. A player character once had their family heirloom ring stolen, and he crushed that man's hand under his heeled boots. Of course, he's gay. What's the quote from Legally Blonde with like the shoes? Another redemption arc, yes. Favorite color black, loves sailing, dislikes people who are too friendly or false. He's Hemlock is incredibly intimidating in appearance, and that helps his group a lot. He doesn't sleep and often wakes people up at night. His whole body, in the dark, fades and his bones show from beneath his skin. This is his unsettling presence. Bad choice of words is a quote from when the BBEG tried to power word kill him on her deathbed. He is a zealot barbarian, and my DM rule of cooled it. Very nice. Epic. We out here redeeming folks today. It is 11:30 in the morning for me, Rain. Ben! Yeah, totally. My pleasure. Don't stop your last season Prada shoes at me, honey. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. That's the one. That was the one. I need to watch that again. It's been a minute. Hey, Samari. No. I have not. I am reading through a list of everyone who has been here. And I'm calling out usernames, and if you're not here, I'm skipping over and we'll come back to you or get you in another live session. I've seen that scene on TikTok so many times. Amazing. We're out here redeeming all the fruity babes today. Yes. Okay. Ben. Character name, Syffo? Yes. I gotta read through things before saying them. But I'm live reading, so I gotta just, like, go for it. But here, we have the pronunciation at the end of the line, which I should have just read to begin with. Syffo, I did it right. Syffo, the broken augur. Augur? Augur. He, his, human, divine soul sorcerer, 28 years old, party role, coward and healer. Backstory. Syffo was the voice of the gods for his town of Catoweviere. He ran away from the responsibility and lived with the elk tribe of Riggeds for a bit, but was exiled from there too. He now tries to make enough off odd jobs to get by in the 10 towns. Current story arc. Syffo is a coward who sometimes needs to be talked into doing something dangerous, but he can't always avoid trouble. The party eventually went back to Catoweviere and freed it from a cult named the Black Swords. Excuse me. Good morning. While doing this, Syffo started hearing... Excuse me, my goodness. While doing this, Syffo started hearing more than the voices of the gods he tries to ignore. He now hears the call of Levistus, an archdevil of the 9 hells. As the party moves from town to town, the call from Levistus grows and grows, and most recently caused Syffo to draw a dark shadow sword to slay a monster that threatened the group. He's yet to speak with them about the changes he's experiencing. Nobody look at me. Specific anecdote. When Syffo was living with the elk tribe, he came across an orc soldier being hunted. He saved the soldier and hid him from harm. The orc was grateful, but the tribe didn't take kindly to orcs or their sympathizers and exiled Syffo. He became less willing to help others after that. Magic puberty hits hard, huh? Yeah. Character details. He's tall, slender, and wears the colors of his hometown and the furs of the elk tribe. He often tries to hide his face to prevent people from recognizing him. He has an ex-boyfriend in Care Deneevil that he still loves dearly. He often hides his identity by using the name Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. Alright, so Rowan has stepped out. Cat with Flint Applebees. Are we still here? We sing that every time. Yes. I said Applebee's plural. It's Applebee. Singular. One Applebee. Muberty. Magic puberty. Muberty, if you will. Yes, Omni. Doing well, James. How are you? Yes, get some sleep. Thanks so much for sticking it out. Alrighty. For Cat, we have Flint Applebee. She, hers, a fairy. I think this is our first fairy in a live reading. Sorcerer, 19 years old. Excuse me. Playing comedic relief and artist of the group as a party role. Backstory. She came from a small town where books and studies were banned. This led to her wanting to explore the world and wanting to learn. This led her to trying to make a book filled with pictures of her adventures because she didn't know how to read or write. Oh. Oh. No, Rowan, we'll do you next, actually. And then BloodSucker, and then Catoweviere, and then Cal the Inquisitor, and then there's more, but I think I can promise we get through those at least. Alright, doesn't know how to read or write. Current story arc. The party was sent to explore multiple different islands and try to find out what happened on these unexplored and dangerous islands. She didn't know much about anything at all, but she started to learn a lot during the party's adventures. She might not be the most intelligent, but she was always optimistic and basically the comedic relief. During a big battle with a boss in a dungeon on one of the islands, she got downed by the boss and her most trusted companion in the party accidentally struck her and kills her. Her dying words to him are about how she doesn't blame him, and she gives him her journal filled with sketches from all their adventures to him, and then she dies in his arms. Oh, okay. Specific anecdote. When she died, her soul came out of her body and it was very bright. It allowed her companions to see around in the dark of the islands without being harmed. It was one of the last ways she was able to still help out her companions. Okay. Character details. Loves to draw all that's around her and has a journal filled with drawings. Her favorite color is green. An annoying habit would be that she asks a lot of questions. She has yellowish orange wings and her skin color is green. I know so many tragic murders today. It's a day of feels. I know you come into our house and make us cry. Sobbing, weeping. I am unmoisturized. Oh, rip Flint Applebee. Name of the play today. It was really rare. Oh, man. I don't know if that's worse or better. Rowan. I know. So many sad stories. Atticus Corrigan, but he goes by Kit. He, his. Furbolg! Rogue, 24 years old, plays the role of emotional heart who doesn't take care of himself. Oh, Kit. You gotta take care of yourself. Whew. Backstory. Kit was a noble son who grew up with the party as close childhood friends but had to run away from home when he was 14 without telling his friends to keep them safe. He's been going from job to job in a nearby town and hiding from a gang he believes wants to kill him. He's recently come back into contact with his childhood friends, the party, only to realize that they don't remember him, like he's been erased from their childhoods. Ooh. He's my special little boy. He's 7 feet tall. Amazing. I love furbolgs. I haven't played one, but the druid in our party, one of our parties is, I say our, me and my girlfriend are in a few games. The druid in one of our parties is a furbolg, and he is spectacular. A special little baby, he's small to me. Current story arc. Kit joined the party late, so he's trying his best to earn the trust of his friends again, while also trying to fix whatever's happened to make them forget him. It's been difficult, they all do not trust him. He's very recently had a dream where he watched his own father sign a contract with a mysterious woman to have him assassinated and forgotten by the world. He is shaken. Rightfully so. His father was a good man, right? He must have been blackmailed, or better yet, Kit's mind is just playing tricks on him. Dun dun dun! Specific anecdote. Niam, they, them, the party fighter, and resident bad boy threaten Kit to tell them who he is during a watch as part of a long rest. Kit revealed details that only he would know, leaving Nama shaken, but they believe him. Yeah, that's interesting, because you could kind of prove that you knew them at some point, or at least knew something. Character details. Kit is very anxious but tries his best to hide it. He has white strands in his black hair, black and white speckles on his fur, and a white star shape on his forehead. I love. You're just climbing up to talk to them, right? BloodSucker, you're here today. Well, you were here before. You are still present by the time I've gotten to your character. We had a session yesterday where he told the rest of the party they all kind of trust / believe him. Progress! Progress! BloodSucker with Josh. He is elf cleric, 24 years old. Role, an elf king that heals the party and leads them on quests. $11 more rain? I don't know if we're gonna get that far. Josh the Elf King. Beautiful. It's perfect. Backstory. Joshua comes from a small city called Linaria, and he left since his people were being threatened from a monster. One major event that changed his life was he suddenly became sentient / aware of the world he's in. He's motivated because he wants to get the players out of that world and not be stuck like he is. Current story arc. The players have been stuck in a loop for their world, but have not realized since the world resets time anytime the entire party dies. When Joshua became sentient, he thought it was very amazing, but only to realize it was a punishment by the gods of the world. Each player, including Josh, represents the 7 deadly sins. Josh representing the sin of pride. Josh is almost like a puppet or toy for the gods once he becomes sentient. Eventually, he tries to get the party to realize they're stuck in a loop, but it ultimately fails when the world resets and the players cannot remember. Only Josh. Josh has to watch time and time again as the party members, his family at this point. Josh has to watch time and time again as the party members, his family at this point, die over and over. They will all be free until they repent for their sins, but since they aren't aware of that, it's impossible. That is until someone other than Josh starts to realize what's happening. Wow. Wow! That's like Nightmare Groundhog Day. I know it's the day of tragedy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. For real though. For those who are heading out, get some rest. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah. Oh, it's a really cool concept. A lot of fourth wall breaks in the campaign. Oh my goodness. Merry Crisis. Merry Crumble. Oh man. Specific anecdote. Lena, another party member, also started to realize that the world kept looping, and when asking Josh about it, he says he's been stuck in the loop for years but won't say how many. It's been torture for him. Details. Joshua has dark skin, freckles, mint green eyes, some scarring on his face, and black curly hair. Before he became sentient, he would always put others before himself. Terrible habit. His favorite color is green, despite him wearing red and gold all the time. Very, very fun. Merry Crumble! Emotionally. Yeah, tragic characters are really fun. It's a good way to start Christmas. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Sweet Tea. I was excited about it. I wasn't sure if I would be fully up for it today, but I'm feeling good. All right, we have Moki. Is it Moki or Mochi? Fall from Grace characters? Yeah, those are awesome. Angst is the best trope for any character. I don't know how to pronounce the dessert. I read it. Moki? Perfect. Mostly just need to know if it was like a hard or like ch. Chi. There it is. Yeah. All right. For cat. Mochi. Mochi. She, hers, a small pink kobold, bard, College of Lore, 6 years old. 6 years old, is that correct? Because the next line is mom of 3 himbos. Which I am a little confused. It's like 20 inhuman. They only live to like 9. Okay. Makes more sense. Cats with ears. I see. Whew. I was like, how? My pleasure. All right, party roll. Kind of a mom of 3 himbos. She's stupid herself, but with a heart of gold. Backstory. She met Bader, Goliath, near Waterdeep, and they traveled together since. She once found 50 GP in a nice embroidered pouch, but not knowing the value of her find, she tossed the coins and kept a nice shiny purse. She was distraught about that moment ever since learning about the concept of money. Oh no. Current story arc. She and Bader met Alliger, a centaur, and Egon, a Shadarkai, while doing odd jobs in Waterdeep. While doing that, they rescued and then promptly befriended Rainer Neverember, who became a part of their wacky family. Related to the other Neverember we read about earlier? They acquired a rundown tavern with Poltergeist inside, which Mochi also befriended. Shocker, tavern was renovated, Poltergeist hired as a waiter. On one of their adventures, Mochi really wanted a cat, but adopted an orphan chimera instead, and named her Kimchi. Now they are in the middle of a gang war, some illithid shenanigans, and Mochi is becoming a great bard with some wacky weapons: Belmont-style whip, gun with necrotic bullets, a katana, crossbow, and legendary battle axe. Azure Edge, which she is trying to attune to by petting it and sleeping in bed with it, with Kimchi. Did I mention she's like 3 feet tall? Mochi is cute, kind of stupid, motherly, and constantly looking after Veneer in fear of him dying in some freak accident. Beautiful. Party pet, party pet, party pet. Our service is so good, it's spooky. Mochi's adorable. Specific anecdote. She rides almost everywhere on the back of Aligar, the centaur fighter, and if not, she climbs onto Vanir or Badur like a parrot cat. Oh, and she killed a guy with vicious mockery by doing "your mom" while the rest of the party was throwing them into the yawning portal from the first floor. Your mom! When your mom is such a burn that you die instantly. Character details. Color, pink with glitter. Loves chasing cats with kimchi and playing the flute while casting vicious mockery. When someone tells a pet peeve is when someone tells her she's a lizard. She is a dragon, thank you very much. She has one shiny earring, maybe magical, but she doesn't know. Quotes are, oh fuck, about like in a squeaky, almost ooh voice. I don't have a good ooh voice, or I'd try it, but no, I love meat. She also wears a flower crown, mostly made of weeds, and also wore a colorful poncho, no pants, but now wears a white pirate blouse, piratey pants, dark red, and no shoes, because fuck that. Amazing. Beautiful. Also, this art is gorgeous. A little bit of Mushu from Mulan. Not dragon, not a lizard. Cal the Inquisitor. Are you with us? Excelsior still fifth from the bottom now. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 10 from the top, which probably means we won't be able to reach you today, because I will probably not go much longer than 15 to 20 more minutes. I'm so sorry, but I'll be doing another stream on Wednesday, almost certainly. Matthew, I've got you in like 4 or 5 stories. Rain, like 8 stories. It will not be the same time Wednesday. I would be doing in the Robin, I think you would be like 9, 8. I haven't actually counted. You would be right before rain. On Wednesday, well, I'm not sure your time zone. Well, I guess I could figure that out pretty quickly. On Wednesday, I expect to stream in the evening my time. Around, what time did I put in? Around 6 p.m. in Germany. So you'd have to do some time math. It is currently, what time is it? It's almost noon for me here in Germany. And I would plan basically in 6 hours from now, but on Wednesday, I would start. Just Slime, you will be next, actually. Yeah, morning or so in the US. But yeah, in about 6 hours from now, but on Wednesday, I definitely plan to stream again. I may do more and other streams, but that I am almost certain I will do. But yeah. Faye, I am not reading stories for folks who are not here, so if I haven't called your name, I haven't read your character yet. But yeah, the link to join Discord is dorko.tv/discord, and that should redirect you to the invite. Currently, I've got Cal the Inquisitor, Jess Slime, Wizzsword, Pixel the Imby, who I don't think is here anymore, Matthew May Create, Bababoo II, Pebble, Robin, Rain, Ocean Harmony, Sorry I'm Procrastinating, Natasha, Kyler, I wish I had a cool screen name, Skooma Rat, Tree Person, Excelsior, Total Madness, Mini Fighting, Shadow, Samari, Faye Charming, Demon's Dad. However, I'm really probably only going to read a few more stories. So Cal, Just Slime, Wizzsword, Matthew May Create. These are the ones I expect to do, hopefully, if I go quickly. But we may not even make it past that. We'll see how it's going and how my voice is already tired again. Yeah. But yeah, good night to those of you who are going to bed. I know a lot of y'all are based in the US and it is quite late and need sleep. But happy holidays to everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful next couple of days. I will see a lot of you in the Discord in the meantime, and give you a heads up if I end up doing more spontaneous streams before Wednesday. But, yeah. I am... Yeah. Alright, Cal. Let's see if I can power through a few of... Hey, Child of God, I'm gonna have to ban you if you keep coming in and asking these same questions that are very off-topic and inappropriate. Because this is not the first time, and you've already been told that that's not appropriate for these streams. So, for Cal the Inquisitor, we have Zatari Burning Loot Wygarth. She/hers, tiefling, bard/barbarian, 36 years old. Party role. The life of the party while simultaneously being the party's attack dog. Backstory. They come from a small village named Frostiron. Frost Iron, there it is! A small village named Frost Iron that took her in as a child. She left because an assassin group took out her village looking for her when she was a young adult studying to be a bard. Oh, she wants to make a newfound family and get revenge for her late family the Harpies took out. Current story arc. She found the Harpy who was supposed to take her out that night in the village and learned that she chose to save her life. She thanked her, and the former Harpy joined the party against the rest of her sect. Dun dun dun! She found love in a sorcerer named Morgana, and friends in a changeling named Bingus, and a human named Sandman. These are some excellent names, just FYI. They are currently trying to release the main city in their country from the grasp of the tyrannical king who is Sandman's brother. Specific anecdote. She used her charisma to seduce a magic door. Oh no, to open. I think this got cut off. What did they seduce the magic? Oh no, just to seduce a magic door to open. Sorry, I read that like there was more on the sentence, but that is the whole. Did it work? It worked? I feel like I need more from that. I need more. I need more about the seducing a magic door. Please. Character details. I'm gonna keep reading character details, but if you want to tell me more about seducing a magic door, I would love to hear it. Color. Favorite color, red, like fire. Enjoys playing her flute and writing songs. Dislikes people who bully others. Awesome habit, playing battle music on the field. Annoying, playing music on the battlefield. Often, the annoying and awesome habit are the same. She wears a lot of flame-based clothes, has a nice set of red barred clothes, and her eyes are as red and as strong as the fire. She has a mechanical arm because she had to chop it off to get rid of a cursed shield that stuck on her arm. It doesn't matter the size of the room. Cast fireball. I don't know, can't be called Morgana and not deserve a good little smooch, as long as you want. She rolled a natural 20, asking the door to open nicely because she was joking and the DM decided. Yes. I love those moments. The DM decided that it worked. Very good. Very good. Alright, that's Zatari. Just Slime with Ashley Kidd. I'm gonna start trying to... I was bamboozled myself. I try and move through these so we can get at least a couple more before end of the stream. Character name, Ashley Kidd, the Burning Man. Character pronouns, other. Character species, half-elf, reborn. Character class, warlock, undead, patron. 31 years old, reluctant captain of the Good Fellows. Backstory. They come from Xeratov, but went spelljamming with his party after an attack on his world. The biggest event that happened was when he was killed by the bandit gang. I'm only laughing because of how many of these stories start out with, and then they were killed. The biggest event that happened was when he was killed by the bandit gang, the Gilded Chain Gang. He used to run, but was revived by a good Samaritan, and now has a spirit of vengeance within his body and soul. They are motivated to adventure with his party as they originally fought against the Xerxes Empire to save his world and reap vengeance upon the Empire for every other world they have destroyed. But it is his motivation or the spirit's. Additionally, he fell in love with one of the other party members, Juice, who keeps him grounded. Trauma, the bonding factor. Another one for the murdered pile. Story arc. A major conflict that has been resolved was stopping the Empire and removing the prince that controlled it from power, while reinstating the rightful empress to her throne. From that, he and his crew have become heroes in Wildspace. A major conflict that hasn't been resolved is the fact that Ashley learned about the spirit's reason for being. They are seeking their own vengeance, and that's a bit terrifying. Besides the whole saving Wildspace and his home planet, Ashley and his partner Juice have had time to settle and go on dates. That feels like an accomplishment for them both because of past and present reasons. Ashley is currently trying to learn how to communicate with his spirit, trying not to let its searing rage influence every decision he makes. Before, Ashley felt afraid and alone as he spent 5 years after his first death as a bounty hunter to pay for his younger brother, Sammy Kidd's education in the Spelljammer Academy. He's now feeling conflicted with that fear of becoming a monster seared into the back of his mind. He's scared he'll hurt his crew, his brother, and his lover. And his lover the most, no matter how much of a hero he is seen as by outsiders. Anecdote. During the Spelljammer Academy portion of the adventure, Ashley and his party was sent by the Academy to retrieve a special ore from a nearby planet. As they were making the return trip, their supervisor and captain of the ship from the Academy was killed, murdered, and when the dust settled after a battle against some lava imps, Ashley noticed one of his fellow crew members, an NPC named Micken, was missing. Ashley and Alex sought Micken, interrogated him, before Ashley shot him through the knee. Micken spilled his secrets quickly after that, saying he was hired by a mercenary named Volkoth. Micken told Ashley and Lex about a sending stone he had hidden. After the secrets were spilled and the rest of the crew raced to where Ash and Lex were, Ashley shot Micken through the head, killing him and reaping vengeance for the captain. It's intense. Ash's pronouns are he, they. Ashley's favorite color is midnight purple. Ooh, we get a midnight purple. Excellent, as it reminds him of Juice. His favorite pastime was fishing. His top pet peeve is when people shove food in his face, but he can't eat it or taste it because of his undead nature. One awesome habit is when he knows his fellow party member Toby has laid a prank for him, he sees it and falls into it anyways for the laughs. It's a habit. One annoying habit is how he tips his hat whenever he lies. The majority of his body is scarred. Half his face is missing as he was killed by a point-blank shotgun blast to his face, and the Good Samaritan, transferring the spirit into his body, took off most of the skin from one of his arms. Additionally, he has a seared handprint over his heart and a tattoo of a spider across his back. One notable catchphrase he has now was when one of the main villains asked who he was, and Ashley's response was, "Vengeance, motherfucker." I never know what I'm allowed to say on here. Very excellent. Whiz Sword, are we still in chat? Hey. Beautiful character. Very fun. Okay, thank you. And I think Pixel also left, so we can do Matthew May Creates. That's awesome. This may be the last one. This may be the last one, but we'll see how I'm doing. Thank you for all these gifts, by the way, and I don't know what they're I don't know what they're all called, but thank you. This may be the last story. I'll play it by ear, but I'm really we're getting up to about 2 hours, and that's been about the max where my voice starts being a problem. And I don't want to kill my voice. Character 4 Matthew may create. Character name Revelry Haruspex. Character pronouns they, them. We've got a Titan, Prophecy Cleric, 66,000 years old. Party role Tragic Lost God. Excellent. Backstory. They believe they were born in a greenhouse 6 years ago under a curse, doomed to die at the hands of the storm god Sidon. They left to try and fulfill this destiny. They discovered that they were a lost titan. The storm god is their little brother. Him and his twin sister, Lutheria, murdered them, and they were recently reborn into a world that is changed drastically. They are motivated to restore what of their culture was lost. They wish to regain their godhood and put right all their family has done wrong. I, too, am a tragic lost god. Oh no, yeah, it only takes numbers. 6 to 6,000. 6 to 6,000. Like, so 6 years old, but also 6,000 years old. I see. I'm piecing it together. Current story arc. They began the campaign as a cheerful, optimistic, green-skinned softy who was a little reckless. Through adventuring, they came to understand the horrible history of this world. It was invaded by outsiders, and there was a horrible war. Eventually, they're thrown into a volcano in the ash and learn they are a reborn Titan god, the god of death and fate. Their power had been stolen, and they have been forgotten by history. Now the people treat them poorly. The new gods refuse to aid them in restoring their culture, and they grow angry by the day. They grow angrier by the day at the injustice. Right now, they are preparing to face their little brother for the final battle and stop his oncoming apocalypse, hoping beyond hope that doing so will change the way the world views them. See, I'm tripping over my words more and more, which means we're really coming to the end. It's my signal that my mouth is tired. I'm trying to enunciate, and that requires more muscles than you would realize. Specific anecdote. We found their old Titan corpse in the depths of Hades. Once thrown in the volcano, they wandered the red, dry sand until they found it. Their own body, petrified from ages spent alone. It was here they recovered their divine spark, and they reconnected fully to the golden threads of fate that run across their world. Whoa! That is really cool. Oh, and you've got a bunch of anime. I'm gonna have to check out these animations. That's really neat. That is really cool. Alright, so I've added to the character details that they are 6/6,000 years old, so that if I am back in here reading this, I'm not confused. Favorite color is purple! We've got another, not just purple, but yet another midnight, like, dark, rich purple. Midnight sky purple. Favorite pastime, making flower crowns. They used to be able to druid craft, but since discovering their nature as a death god, they can't anymore. Pet peeve, being lied to or deceived. Awesome habit, singing old songs to the sky to try and talk their brother out of doing an apocalypse. Annoying habit, forgets they are 15 feet tall and gets annoyed because doors are too small now. Most notable physical characteristic, their two-tone skin. Right side is darker than their left. They also change color according to big events happening. They were green, dark blue, light blue, orange and gray, gray blue, purple, red, white, and then finally galaxy skinned. Catchphrases include crying and then just a smiley face. The singing is not working. It's funny that the reborn god of fate and death is fated to die. Yeah, indeed, Cap. Oh, wow. This is gorgeous art, by the way. Amazing. Fantastic. Whew. Okay, I know we are like right on the edge of several more of you, and I am so sorry, but I'm really truly at the edge of what my voice can handle today, and I would like to be able to have conversations in my real life later without my voice being totally crapped out. But again, I do hope to stream again. I currently plan to stream on Wednesday, but it would be in about 6 hours from now as a starting time on Wednesday. I have created events in the Discord so that it's easy to see when that is in your time zone. If you haven't gotten there, it's dorko.tv/discord should get you to the invite to join. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully I know Ocean Harmony, you've been here a few times. I'm so sorry. But hopefully you're coming up. If you are there on Wednesday, we will give you a priority reading early on. I promise. I know, so close right now. This is at least your second or third time, isn't it? So yeah, for anyone, especially if anyone has been here several times and you've still managed not quite to be at the top of the list, let's try and remember to get you early, just as kind of like a weighted, you've been here and waiting. I always come back when you're giving the Discord. Oh yeah, the Discord is 18 plus. I always forget to say that. The Discord is in fact 18 plus, just for safety reasons, internet safety reasons, but other than that, everyone is welcome to join. I'll miss Wednesday, but I hope it's fun. Yeah, and I will be uploading these as VODs on YouTube. Same username and Dorko. I don't know where I am, both in the list and live. So yeah, I will be uploading this as well, so if you weren't able to be here the whole time and you want to hear all the stories, check the YouTube VODs, and I will be editing in the individual stories and tagging you in them as videos here on TikTok as well, but that will take a long time because I'm not posting them multiples in a day and I have to go through and edit them all my breathing and my ums and ahs and all rights, trying to take those out, but those will be here. I will try to tag you so that you can see your story edited down as well and share it if you wish with anyone you would like to hear the story of your character as read aloud here. Yeah, we do have a lot of art. We have several different places you can post art in the Discord, character lore, all the things. So lots of fun spots to be. The Discord link again is dorko.tv/discord. And again, it's 18 plus just for internet safety reasons. A drop in time, I feel like you were in the session 1. The first session got lost to time, unfortunately. This TikTok did not provide me with the download. It is a 2-second long download instead of the 3 hours, which I didn't realize was going to happen. I think it's just an error and it's a really bummer. But we can just, that was a super special thing. If you were here, you got to experience it. If you weren't here, unfortunately, it's lost. So the first session was lost. I did not locally record it because I didn't realize people wanted to hear these later. So it didn't even occur to me to try and make sure it was recording. So that's a bummer, but session 2 and onward will be on YouTube and the rest. And yeah, Merry Christmas Eve. Whether or not you celebrate Christmas or any other holiday this time of year, I hope that you have a wonderful end of your year as we're coming up. I will again be in my Discord and hopefully see y'all on Wednesday and definitely in upcoming videos. So don't forget to give yourself a little extra love, a little extra grace, a little extra time to do something that makes you feel good, and stay hydrated, eat something delicious, and take good care of yourself. Yeah. All right. I know it's Christmas Eve! Santa's coming! Okay, so much perfection. You are all wonderful. I know I can't make you, but I can highly recommend staying hydrated. Thank you so much for being wonderful. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for being a part of this wonderful project that I'm so excited about.